here. One. Hi, folks. Excuse me. You're watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That guy out there is
Jay Silverman, Phoenix, Arizona.
Today, Jay, is our day for Sotol. So we are tasting and dissecting a brand new one that we tried the Reposado last year in 2021, Casa Medanos, and it's Sotol. We haven't had this. This is the unaged version. So this is considered a joven.
I guess the Reposado was the first one that made it to market.
Yeah, I believe so. Jason had it hand delivered. Mine was sent to me, and we loved it. We found out that I guess it is being they were using the Don Celso Sotol Vinata to make this. So they were it was, I don't know if it was a collab or not, but this particular one, this version here, if you look, it says Maestra Sotolera. So there's a female master distiller, but we're not sure who that is. We tried tracking her down on Instagram, and Jason found somebody, and I couldn't see it. For some reason, the account won't come up for me. That's not to say she doesn't exist, but I believe it. We just broke the seal off on these. I'm going to use another Stasso Jarrito that we use for mezcal and sotol for the higher proofs. This one is let me check. I just broke the seal on this thing and just took a look at it not too long ago. It is at 40 ABV, so it's an 80 proof. All right.
Beautiful label. It's hand labeled with a pen or marker. I have the bottle number 33.
Yeah.
SB01. So I believe it's the first lot.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Small batch, as you can tell, folks. We're gonna pour it, we're gonna taste it, and we're gonna dissect it and tell you what we know.
I just want to show that label a little bit too, because it's actually really nicely designed Hecho in Mexico label with very nice artwork, and it's just a really cool design. I love silver and black. That's all you Raiders fans out there know, I'm sure.
But it's kind of a classic feel too. Classic colors gives it a little sense of elegance. Yeah. Because by and large, Sotol is similar to Bacanora, and even mezcal. During Prohibition, Sotol was not allowed to be made or imported, and of course, it was smuggled across the border. We were talking about this earlier in another review for another Sotol, that even where Jason is, the actual let's just call it the actual illegal spirit for Arizona would be more Bacanora.
Yeah.
And Sotol was more New Mexico and West Texas, where it was smuggled and brought back across the border, and that kind of thing. So, but either way, these were considered moonshine. And now, as Jason said earlier on in that review, everybody's got to have a Bacanora, right? And a Sotol and a mezcal.
Yeah, it's definitely getting out there. The other agave spirits and categories are doing really well nowadays, getting around the whole country and anywhere where people appreciate good agave spirits, the whole world. Yeah, finding out about these lesser known agave spirits. I remember there was a great article in the New York Times, probably 2016 or 17. It was talking about Sotol cocktails, and that was like a big mainstream hit for those small, very small Sotol and Bacanora industries.
Yeah. Well,
that kind of press was helpful.
Jason and I have had the good fortune.
Wow, that is bursting with aroma.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's really potent.
Holy cow!
It has a grapefruit.
Yeah.
It has.
It's got a citrus.
That's really
some high citrus notes.
Some really, yeah, really citrusy, potent aroma. That's really cool.
We know nothing about this brand. We know the importer who sent these to us, and Jason had his I guess hand delivered to him, and we communicate on the phone. You know, he texts us, I text him back, but as far as information, we know very little except from what we see on the Instagram account. Now, the Instagram, go to Casa Medanos Instagram account, you can see how they produce this and how it's pit roasted and all that. And yeah, at first we just broke the seal off of these bottles, and there's like this heavy citrus, like a grapefruit.
There's a sweetness that in the aroma too. It's really, it's so strange. It reminds me of like some kind of saltwater taffy or something. I know that sounds wild, but there's just this candy aroma. I can't quite place it.
But it's not candy. It's not, you know, it's not a sweet candy. It's more of it's like a sour patch.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot going on. It's going to open up nicely, I'm sure.
It's almost like they're using the heads and the tails for redistillation. You're getting that, you know, instead of getting something funky, we're getting more like Montelobos does something funky. You know, I know people that can't stand it because it reminds them of dirty socks. But that funkiness is kind of a turn on for some people.
Yeah.
This one I think is the funkiness, but it's got like that citrus overtone, and it's definite grapefruit.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is not vodka, folks.
No, I've never sensed this in a Sotol, and Jason and I have had a few already. So he's got, anytime I can get a Sotol delivered to Jason, I just toss him in the kitchen sink, and we get them from different states too. We've got them from Durango, Chihuahua, and I think there was one other state that we got it from, and they were all stellar, but all very different.
Yeah.
Now it's beginning to open up a little bit more, and I'm getting more of the actual plant.
Should we go in?
Yeah, let's dive in. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. For an 80 proof, there's a lot going on the palate, man.
Still tons of kind of citrus peel and bright, you know, desert rain notes like you get in a classic Sotol profile that we talk about a lot, but it's very natural tasting. You know, it's very pure, natural. Obviously, there's no additives or anything.
No, there wouldn't be.
Any of these Sotols are really, most of them are going to be all completely natural, but this is
when you're
very earthy.
Yeah, when you're using a plant that takes a while to grow, and I said this in another review, I think Sotol is embodies what we talk about when we say terroir. Where it grows, that microclimate, that's what you're getting in the final result. Okay, and you're getting it from the different strains of Daslerian, because there are a couple that are being used in even in Chihuahua, but I've had Leophyllum. I hope I'm pronouncing any of this stuff right. Daslerian Leophyllum. There's Daslerian Wheelery. There's Daslerian Texanum, which is the Texas Sotol, which does taste different. Okay, and anybody who spent time in Texas will tell you that. Especially if it's made authentically, which I've only known of one gentleman who is making it that way. Wow. And even, you know, when it opens up a little bit more, there's like a little bit, just a hint of acetone.
Yeah.
It's not bad. And on the back of the palate, Jason, on that first pass was just a slight bitterness.
I mean, you can tell it's a very small batch. I mean, you see the hand numbered lot, you know, the lot number is extremely low. It's SB01 and bottle number 33. You know, this stuff is painstaking to make, and we're not making a large quantity of this, so it's very flavorful and very earthy, very, you know, The
You know what?
minerality is very strong minerality. A lot of brininess. It's very good.
Yeah, there's a lot of savoriness in it too. I've noticed. You know, as it opens up, that was my second pass.
Yeah.
And again, virtually no smoke, folks. I'm not getting any of it. Because if you look at their Instagram, they do pit roast. Like I said, we don't know a whole hell of a lot. We do know it's a female maestra sotolera. We suspect her name is Paola Cisneros.
Yeah.
But we're not sure. Okay. I'm going to have to get a hold of Isaac Montes. Isaac is the importer of Casa Medanos. And at 80 proof, you know, this thing has a lot. There's a lot of characters, a lot of, there's a lot going on. And it's interesting because prior to this, we had another Sotol at a higher proof that was much brighter, but you know, and we loved it. Don't get me wrong. We loved it, but it did not have the character and the layers, the complexity that this one does.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, this is definitely very, very interesting. I'm seeing some really nice legs on there, just kind of appearing on the glass too.
Yeah. The similarities are there, but they're also different. And of course, it's the hand of the maker. It's just like mezcal. It's just like bacanora. The hand of the maker makes a big difference. Where they're getting the plants, where they're wild harvested. These are still being wild harvested, but I know that there are efforts to start reseeding. And the thing is with Sotol, which in some cases the plant is called sereke, but with Sotol, the plant itself, it's a bulb. So even if you remove the piña, the roots are still there, so they will grow back. But they're also starting to plant. There are efforts to commercially plant these and harvest them, you know, very much like agave.
So it tells you on the side of the bottle that it's produced naturally in the desert of Chihuahua, and that the geographic
you got the
inspires the Sotoleros, right? Is that what it's? I roughly translated the Spanish on.
Yeah, it's Los Medanos de Samalayuca.
Again, with the terroir there.
Yep, son un orgullo natural en el desierto de Chihuahua. They also give you the geographic coordinates.
Yeah,
and that is probably where they harvested the plants. So you can take those numbers and you can go to Google Maps and zoom down in satellite and find out where these plants came from. And dude, I'm gonna go again. Brand of Promise nominee in the Sotol in this. And you know what? I hate calling that.
Really good. Another sip. I'm really enjoying it, and even more now.
It opens up and it just evolves. It evolves, and it's not the same as when we opened it. I'm still getting the citrus overtones. It's now kind of calmed down a little bit more. It's more like an orange, or maybe like a ruby red, a grapefruit. But it's not as intense. But it's really pleasant. I love legs. That.
Wow,
that's just beautiful, man.
Yeah, this is very good stuff.
You know what? This is cocktail ready. I bet you could go bananas with stuff like this.
I know you don't want to mix this too much, but it would be great in a some sort of riff on a Mai Tai or something.
Oh my goodness!
Without too much triple.
And then as you go through the passes, you start to get more of the plant, like the fibrous feel and taste.
It is really, you know, for a curious agave seeker who loves mezcal and tequila, this is going to be a wonderful trip. It really is. It's going to be, honestly, if you're thinking about buying a bottle of Sotol, do it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
There's going to be a journey that you go on.
We need a T-shirt that says Sotol is awesome, because it is.
It's going to take you for a ride for sure. There's a lot of flavor, a lot of interesting flavor notes and profiles.
At first,
the desert.
At the first pass, I thought it was. Where does it say it's infused with orange? Because
Oh.
I was looking to see maybe it was, I missed something, or maybe they're making it like a pechuga, and there's like this big bowl of citrus fruits or something. I gotta tell you, you know what? Just putting out this, and I don't know if you could do like a ranch water or soda water with this,
Yeah.
and some orange slices.
Yeah.
You could serve it just,
You guys
just
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Or you
Absolutely.
know what? This would go great with some cheese. Honestly,
That would be incredible.
I think with some cheese, orange slices or grapefruit slices,
Oh yeah.
you got yourself a meal. What do
Good
they call?
call.
What's that word? Charcuterie?
Yeah, charcuterie, definitely.
Yeah. You could, in fact, because of now I'm getting more of the woodsy notes. When I say woodsy, I mean fibrous plant. Like the plant's been in the ground for a while. It tastes like paper, but in a good way. I call it fiber because chances are it's being fermented with the fibers of the sotol. I mean, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So you're getting the plant fiber taste, and it starts to coat your palate. I bet you could even do like the fruit, the cheese, and nuts. Some nuts would go really well with this as well. Wow.
Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah. We don't know where you could find it. We don't know. I'm sure you said the reposado is just now in the States now, I hope.
Yeah, I'm just start following them and paying close attention to what's going on because they're probably, still a new brand. It's probably less than a 3 years old brand, and they're probably growing.
Well,
as fast as they can for a small brand.
It was established during the pandemic, 2020.
Oh my God, is it less than 3 years old? Wow,
it's less than 3 years old. We're probably one of the few. We're it. We were the first to get samples and actually do tastings of this sotol. And I got to tell you, this one, if I had my choice between the reposado and this one, I would go here, man.
Yeah, Blanco Sotol, definitely.
That Joven Blanco, whatever they want to call it. Every industry borrows benefits from the other one. So I have seen
distilled down to 40%. So it's a little,
it's a gateway.
Less.
Yeah, and I would love to taste this at a higher ABV. I would, because if it's got this much character at 80 proof,
yeah.
Oh my God. Wow. It's amazing. I wish I knew more. I don't know what it's cost. I have no pricing. I have nothing. But go
for a new brand starting out, they're doing really, really well. So good for them. Keep it going, basically. Keep doing it.
Yeah, keep them going, please, because the world needs to have this.
And they are. I'm pretty sure it's the guys that I met when they delivered the Sotol. I forget if he was family, but they're definitely. I think it's a younger family making this stuff, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe that I know that the Hackes family knows who these people are. I believe that the reposado, if I'm not mistaken, was actually distilled at the Hackes family Vinata, which is their distillery. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
And but I gotta tell you, whoever Paola is, she's a curandera. She's a witch, man.
Good stuff. Yeah.
The stuff that this is
making some magic.
Yeah, exactly. Making magic. But that's our take on Casa Medanos. I'm sorry. If you've had it and you're watching us on YouTube or you see it on Instagram, give us a like, first of all, because that helps with the algorithm. Subscribe, follow Jay on his Instagram. I believe it's Jay's Agave. Is that your Instagram?
JAYS Agave. Yeah, Jay's Agave.
Yeah, Jay's Agave. You can follow us at Tequila Aficionado. We're everywhere. But if you're having it and you pay for it, and you know what it costs, tell us in the comments below. And if you're watching us on YouTube or even Instagram for that matter, you'll be seeing some of these on Instagram now. Tell us what you're paying for it and how and more information, because I'm dying
to have to know somebody to find this stuff right now, though. Established 2020, that's pretty much a young brand. We got to know some people to get this.
Yeah, and well,
it's out there though.
And Jay knows some people.
Yeah. Well, no, hopefully we can, maybe this video will inspire some distribution.
Well, I hope so, because it's really well worth it. It's at 80 proof, and if you're getting this much character at 80 proof, I can only imagine, what's coming, later on. And like I say, this master distiller, whoever she is, creating, it's a witchcraft. It's just, oh my God, it's brilliant.
I love this. It's such a great bottle too. It's just, I love the silver and black. I know I said it already, but it's just a cool logo.
You know what? Let's just nominate it for brand promise and packaging, because
I really like it. Yeah, I really do.
It's got a very elegant look. It doesn't look like moonshine, folks. It's very clean lines, and very simple, elegance is simplicity, really is. So, but that's our take. Thanks for following us, and whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely, friends.